slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Whistle podcast. Are you ready, Marcus?
Am indeed.
Let's go. And I just realized we're not going to talk about it. I misspelled podcast on the podcast, but okay.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time you butchered something in we'll say an email or
yeah, I mean, spelling's only part of it. So you're excited.
I am. Well, partially, because, with football season being over now, that part's not exciting. It's not completely over, of course, but it's over for our respective teams. And that part sucks bad because I didn't foresee that. We were, of course, expected to go to the Super Bowl and stuff, and that didn't happen. We didn't even make the playoffs because of your team, ultimately. So
yeah, my coach got yours fired so he could leave.
Yeah, I was like, man, after all that felt like even worse than losing a Super Bowl. It's like, I always wanted our coach to be there longer than everybody else's. So, he had 18 years and then Tomlin had 19. And of course, I think he ended up winning more games than against the Ravens than vice versa. And I don't think it was by a whole lot, but it was still like a couple seasons worth. It was probably like 6 games or 7 games or something. So it might even be more than that now because we got mopped up this year. So,
and
yeah,
it's hard to put into perspective the fact that the worst team in our conference is the only team with their coach right now.
Yeah.
The Bengals are the only team that kept their coach.
For now, I can't even see that lasting long either. Honestly, I would assume, they got another down year, regardless if Burrow is healthy or not. They got another down year, and that's a wrap. They want to kick him out too. What's his name? Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor.
Yes. Yeah. So Tomlin does lead.
I don't think he's. What is it? 23 to what?
23-17. So he's got him by 6.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of those 6 just came recently, the last couple years.
Yeah, because pretty much we got swept this year. Yeah. We lost 1 last year. I think we played 3 times, but we lost 1 last year, and then I think the year before that, I think was Lamar's. It was Lamar's MVP season, so I don't think you guys got them wins that time either.
No,
but
I don't think
before that, though, it was like 5 or 6 in a row. So it was just some beat ups. And again, it's always one possession. Antonio Brown reaching over the goal line for a touchdown. It's Isaiah Likely taking 47 steps and then the ball gets knocked out. So they're like, "Psych, just kidding. You didn't get a dub here."
Well, I mean,
basic things.
You guys have had some bad luck with stuff like that. Didn't you lose a game because Likely basically wore black shoes?
Yeah.
That wore white shoes.
That was against Kansas City. First game of the season. Second.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
I kept seeing the replay, and I'm like, if he wore white shoes, they wouldn't have been able to tell where he stood.
It's rough.
It's crazy. Yeah, your Miami sent my Ohio State home, so I
was happy about that. That was the only thing that kept me sane during all this time because again, I'm a huge football fan, and unfortunately, things didn't quite go my way. But this was a shock. Every year, if you see any of the preseason polls, they're always like, "Oh, Miami, they're so great. They had the best recruiting class in the nation, second best, here's this and that." And then every year we're like, I don't know. 9-3 or something like that. 7-7-5 or something. Sometimes so you have like crappy records, but we're getting there
Mhm.
after the sanctions and stuff have finally been lifted. So
What's
uh,
crazy is looking at the college playoffs a couple weeks ago when I seen the who it was going to be. I had Miami banked as a first round exit. Not gonna lie, thought for sure
yeah,
gone.
I wouldn't have. Yeah, wouldn't have been something crazy. It wouldn't have been outrageous, like, oh, I can't believe. But now, if we would have said that about Ohio State, on the other hand, I'd be like, oh yeah, you lost your mind, man. Ain't who are they playing? Let me find out who they're playing first, and then I'll tell you if you're crazy. But
And
um,
they did
that
get
was
sent home.
a yeah, yeah. Again, it wasn't expected by us. I thought we could hang and stuff, but again, if I forget who said it. Somebody had mentioned, if they played that game like 3 times or 10 times or something, they would win 90% or something like that. And it might be accurate. But that we created those turnovers, man. That's all we really needed, and to limit them, because when Carson Beck is on or playing a good game, we win. But as soon as he starts getting that turnover bug and just throwing the
I
ball downfield, ugh.
I won't lie. I called Carson Beck overrated quite a few times until this year. I'm like, okay, this kid is actually legit. He's
Yeah,
not
he's
bad.
okay. No, I don't believe he's going to be game breaking at the next level. I don't think he's going to necessarily be Carson or not Carson Palmer. Peyton Manning. He's not going to be
Gotcha.
anybody like that. He's not. He's going to be a game manager, I believe, but not just tear your head off.
He's just not gonna be that
Throw it
top
over top of you.
tier.
No, no. He's going to get 4,200 yards a year in a decent system. He's going to need a run game to help propel him, but he won't be a first round pick. He should not be. I can't see that
How,
for seeing that happen.
speaking of the Natty, how are you feeling going against that IU team?
Um,
Got to be one of the best teams I've
Nervous,
seen.
rightfully so. Yeah, they have a pretty complete team too, and it's scary, after seeing what they did to Oregon last week. Of course, we know they beat
Yep.
Ohio State, and that was their test. But they played some teams, but not anybody just outrageous outside of Ohio State.
Yeah,
We expected that game to go different, but
their biggest thing is looking. I was looking yesterday. Some of their stats are just wild. Like looking at their last 6 games, they've had 4 drop passes in 6 games. That's it.
yeah, no,
When he throws it, they catch it.
yeah. And
And I
and I mean,
mean,
that's just going to keep you on the field. The more you limit, the other teams, because once you start getting these championship level teams, they're usually boom or bust. It's either they're going to walk you down the field, or they're just going to give you this one quick run play, this one quick pass play, and your whole defense is just got exploited immediately. And then you're nervous because you're like, oh, we have to get this ball back to them. We can't sustain this. And
I
that's what Indiana kind of makes you do.
yeah, but Miami's defense is probably better than their offense.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
I mean, their defense is not one that you're not going to be able to sustain 14, 15 play drives every time against them.
Right.
It's going to be they're one of those defenses. If you don't score within the first like 6 to 10 plays, they're probably going to make you 3 and out at some point. You're not going to drive the whole length over and over. You're just not.
Yeah. And that's why I was like kind of concerned about that game with the last game that we had, not with Texas Tech, or Texas A&M, but like I was more concerned with our ability to make sure that the offense is playing complementary football, because again, we can have the defenses there. We play bully ball, and that's why I didn't think they would have much of an issue with them last week than I thought, the week before with Ohio State, because Ohio State, I was just like, yeah, they play bully ball too. They're not finesse. They're not all that kind of stuff. They're a little bit more of speed power than I would,
Yeah.
label them as just power. And when it goes power and power, I'd much rather have that than power and speed, for example. Like Oregon could have been a problem for us. I think with us taking Indiana, I think it might be okay. I believe we can still have the upper hand pretty decent of a chance because we have all the tools we actually need, and it's the kind of game that we
And
want.
that's, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, they held Texas A&M to, what was it, a 10-3 game?
Yeah, yeah.
So they held one of the better offenses in that conference to 3 points. And then they turn around and Ohio State has Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, Bo Jackson's becoming a stud as a freshman.
I seen that. I seen that. I don't keep up with Ohio State too much, but yeah, he had some explosive plays too against us even.
And
But
that's not his first. I mean, he was beginning of
yeah,
the year, he was getting like, 5 or 6 carries a game, and you could see his carries slowly getting more and more each game. And he was just showing up. And I mean, Miami's defense just beat them. Like they didn't like,
yeah.
I mean, nothing was working. And that's the same issue that if Indiana has that same issue and they can't get going against that Miami defense, it's going to be a long day because Indiana's so used to being
And
the
that's exactly what I want.
Indiana's used to being the bully. They
Hmm.
I don't
And
think they've
that
I don't think
go ahead.
I'm trying to think because I might be lying, but I have to look it up. But I don't think they have actually been behind in the playoffs yet. I think they've only played from the lead the whole time.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So if they end up getting behind that Miami and then Miami can send that defense after Mendoza, that's how y'all need to win. You need to get that jump on them early. But I don't think they've
I guess they had a couple. I guess
or they trailed.
at Iowa. Yeah, they just three times. It was Iowa, Penn State, and Ohio State.
Okay.
And they I forgot they barely won that game against Penn State too.
And Penn
They
State
barely won that
wasn't
game against Iowa.
and Penn State wasn't great
They
this year,
wasn't
but
ranked.
again, they had a good defense.
Mm-mm.
So
Right. So that's why I'm like, listen, we got this as long as Carson Beck doesn't turn the ball over, or us just in general, but mainly him. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over, and we just stick to the game plan, man, I think we definitely can take the game. I wonder what the spread is for that actually. Still,
it's
because last I checked, it was 6.5 or 7.5. I
last
can't
I seen it
remember.
was 6.5 Indiana.
Yeah, yeah.
Indiana was
Which
minus
is
six and a
which
half.
is which is crazy, right? Because like 6.5 points is a lot in a game. It's not a lot. It's a decent amount. It's a decent amount. But when you're playing away, because they're literally playing away,
Well,
it's
see,
in
that's
Miami. It's Miami's thing.
that's Miami's biggest advantage is they are basically playing at a neutral site that is at home.
Right. Yeah.
They're not supposed to. They just got lucky that the year they decided to ball out, it was already chosen.
And listen, I was all for it. I told my guy earlier in the season, I was like, listen, they go. Just know I'm being Miami for that game. 100% want to be there.
And that was before you sold your child for tickets or after?
Yeah, it was before. Yeah, I didn't want him to go beforehand. I was like, hey, get
Just
to
in
know
case they
you
didn't make it,
kids.
you got to keep him.
Uh,
So speaking of, while we're on the subject of college football, before you switch it up to the actual NFL here, I mean, looking at some draft picks coming out, and well, Dante Moore from Oregon decided he's going to stay one more year in college, so he is actually not going to be the number 2 quarterback coming out, which can really play some things around because the top 2 teams, Jets and Raiders, are both looking for a quarterback, if you ask me. But you take him out of the
that's in
mix, you
the
still got
yeah. Uh, Jets. Who's still up there for the Jets? Is that still going to be Justin Fields, or what are they doing with that?
as far as I seen, he was on a 2 year, but I think they were talking about trading him. I don't think he was
That's what I
sticking
thought.
around.
I don't know what's going on up there. They're a train wreck, man.
But you
It's a
got what?
shame.
I mean, really, if you think about it realistically, the top 3 draft picks, the Raiders, the Jets, and the Cardinals, all could probably use a quarterback because I think the Cardinals are ready to part ways with Kyler. I do.
That's what's funny because I feel like you guys for Pittsburgh, you were hired or you were trying to interview Cliff Kingsbury, if I'm not mistaken, at some point in time. I find that funny because if he goes to Pittsburgh, I feel like that's what he's going to do. And of course Rodgers isn't there. He's probably
Yeah,
going to go try to get Kyler Murray too, which would be terrible for you guys.
I am, and I keep seeing things. Well, the Steelers can't get a good quarterback at pick 21 where they're at. Are they going to pick one up at the draft? Or we have a 6'5", 230-pound Will Howard that maybe would like to play. Give the kid a chance. There's
Yeah,
that.
it's not like he's a national champion or anything.
Right. And it's
Who
not like he
cares?
didn't break multiple records. And
Yeah.
our last good quarterback was Big Ben, who was 6'4", 6'5", 230. It couldn't be brought
Something
down.
like
Like
that.
it's the
Well,
same
maybe he
make.
is bigger than that.
Yeah,
Ben
he
was
was more
bigger than
like
that.
250,
Ben,
260. Yeah.
yeah, on paper.
So I could definitely see, obviously everybody knows Fernando Mendoza is going number one. He's
Yeah,
he's
I
going to
mean,
the Raiders, put it on paper. So if you look at the Jets needing a quarterback with Dante Moore going back, so the Jets, I say, are probably going to take Ty Simpson from Alabama.
mm,
And if they don't, who else do they take? The only other good quarterback coming out is Chambliss, and I'm a huge Chambliss fan. I think that kid is underrated, and they've been overlooking him all year.
yeah, I gave him some shots. Um, I just don't, man. I don't know. Matter of fact, pull up this draft board.
Yeah.
I felt like because again at number two, I think that's why old boy was going back to Oregon. 'Cause he's
Listen, I think he's
well,
listen. I'm 100%. Your brain is saying what I'm saying. Dante Moore didn't want to go to the Jets, so he's like, let me stay another year. Maybe next year I'll
hey,
go somewhere else. I agree. Uh huh.
yeah, I definitely wouldn't pull the trigger on that either. Because it's not that it's not going to work out. You really got to be able to handle that first off. And these are kids coming out of college.
And
they don't even get it the real life yet,
and grown
let alone
men,
being able to deal with that.
grown men say the New York
Yeah,
market is rough because in New York they're not afraid to tell you you suck
yeah,
and you
oh,
got to get out of
absolutely.
here. Now, what's
Yep.
scaring me?
There's certain places.
Uh, the Giants are sitting at number 5. If the Giants do what
The
I think
soon
they're
to be
gonna do,
John Harbaugh Giants.
very good possibility because he's been there twice. He was there again today on a
Mm,
second interview. If they grab
see, I didn't even
Cardinell,
know that part.
yeah, I seen an alert earlier from Adam Scheffler. If they grab Carnell Tate
Mm,
to go with Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterbo, and Jackson Dart, that offense becomes dangerous.
yeah. Real quick,
Because Carnell
real quick.
Tate is
And
probably
the
the
defense.
best. Their defense ain't bad.
Yeah, I know they got some pieces out there. I haven't paid nearly enough attention to see what they're doing out there. But I matter of fact, how's what's his name? Thibodeau? The first round draft pick was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, he's not bad. He had some decent stats this year.
Yeah.
Um, he wasn't terrible. He hasn't lived up to his hype yet,
That's
but
why I kind of
I
gathered.
I think he has potential to get there if he just keeps putting the work in because he's got the skill. It's just sometimes on plays it's like he's going 50%.
Yeah, that's of course that. I mean, that's not going to get you anywhere in the league. They'll be kicking you out immediately.
Yep.
What do you want us to do with you? Why? Why are you here? We need somebody to work hard.
And
They're
if
talking about Carnell Tate, I think, dropping down to the Giants.
that's what I said,
That'd
well, the
be
Giants have
that'd
number
be
5.
interesting too. But
If you look at the Raiders, the Jets, the
is that where
Cardinals, they're all probably going to be looking quarterback. If you had to ask me,
yeah.
the Tennessee Titans, I could see grabbing Ruben Bain, Arvell Reese, a linebacker or an edge guy. They need that defensive presence. They don't have that.
Mm.
I mean, they really don't in Tennessee.
I'm praying that Ruben Bain drops somehow to like I don't know, 10 or something like that, and we just like pop up a little bit and go
Yeah,
grab
because
him.
you're at 14.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, there's
yeah,
some Caleb Downs. I would love for the Steelers to pick up Caleb Downs because we need a safety. I'm sorry, Jalen Ramsey is not a safety. He's a corner. He
yeah.
doesn't.
Attempting the whole Rod Woodson thing with him,
Yes.
which yeah, I mean you were only a few years younger than me, so you should remember that. But yeah, it still can work. I don't know if he's going to be back because of his money. Wasn't he getting something pretty decent?
Yeah, but he was more than a year contract, wasn't he? A 2 year.
Yeah, I think it was either 2 or 3 years. So
Him
like
and
he's still
Johnu,
okay. Oh yeah, yeah, I do remember. Yeah, yeah.
which I
Matter
didn't.
of fact, do you got what draft picks do you guys have? Do you have a second round?
23. We have a 21. Do we have it? I think we traded away our second round last year. Year before.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know if you
Ooh.
have a second round this year. That'd be great. Man, that would be great. Yeah, that'd be fantastic for my Ravens. Just keep them down. What was that? Do. Oh, my phone's dying. That's cool.
Let's see what we got. Nope. A first. Oh no, we do 53rd in the second round.
Oh, okay.
Then we got 1, 2, 3 third rounders. Yeah, I think your phone's gonna die. You might want to
That's,
plug that in.
yeah, it's possible somewhere.
In the process, we'll while you're doing that, we'll go ahead and we're gonna shift gears a little bit here to full NFL. We're gonna
Yeah.
do a little predictions for the rest of the playoffs. So I
Ooh,
need your listen. I need your picks.
for
Broncos
what?
and Broncos and Bills in Denver.
Broncos and Bills. Hmm. Man, I don't know. I know Broncos are that team, or should be that team, but I just can't. I still can't believe in them enough. There's something about that. I feel like not necessarily this is Josh Allen's year, but I feel like he's just not going to go for that. Um, I don't. Again, I don't. I'm not even sure what that spread is either because I haven't looked at that. But I'm assuming they're scheduled to win, probably by 3 or something like that. But I would go. I'd take the Bills on that.
Okay, so before I lock in your pick, they're like I said, they're in Denver.
No, I know.
That
I
that that
know.
that altitude messes with the East Coast
Yeah,
teams.
I get it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's when you just leave a little bit early. I remember a very specific team, the Ravens, winning in Denver, beating Peyton Manning there, as a away
So
game in playoffs. So,
Broncos are actually only a -1.
that's surprising. I thought they at least have three.
So they are
But with
calling
it
that to
being
be
there,
close. All
yeah,
right. So you
they're basically saying that the Bills should win that game, but because they're at home,
it's
they're
that little
giving the
bit
nod
of
to them.
I have a feeling
Yep.
either way, whoever wins, I personally think the Broncos are going to pull it off. They've done it so many times this year in the fourth quarter, it's hard to go against. But
Yeah.
it's going to be a great game. It might be one of the games of the year, I think. So we got the
Possible. There's some
Texans
fireworks.
heading to New England.
I don't believe in CJ Stroud enough. I mean, especially after last week, that was a disaster. And not all of it wasn't his fault either, but
No.
the defense is nice. The defense is crazy nice, of course. They loaded up that one season with all the people that they picked up from the draft. But
They all
I
worked out.
just yeah, like there was nobody that they really missed on. I
Nope.
don't believe, or if there is, they're later draft picks, of course. But yeah, I do not like the Texans in that, so I'm gonna go.
All
I'm gonna
right.
go with Drake.
I'm a big I have became now I can't say I'm a Patriots fan because I just can't do it.
Yeah, don't you speak
But
that.
I'm a
Get banished.
I'm a Drake May fan. I like that kid. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
it's a
balling.
shame we're going back to the Tom Brady stuff. It feels just like Tom's never left.
Yeah,
But
he's good.
what
But being a Steeler fan, that Texans defense showed me that They are dangerous. I mean, they put up 14 points by themselves of the 30 they scored.
Yeah.
They're they're good. So let's see where are we moving on. We got what the Rams. Oh, and just so let's go ahead and do this while we're at it. So Patriots are -3.5 on that
Sounds
at
good.
home in Foxborough. So not bad. So next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams and them surprise Chicago
The
Bears.
Bears. Oh man.
I
Yeah,
don't even know what
sorry,
to think of
Bears.
the
I just
Bears at this
can't.
point.
Yeah, I just they play too many up and down games. I feel like the Rams are just solid all the way around. I assume they're playing at home because they had a better record.
They are going to be in Chicago.
Are they?
Yes.
Wait, why? Oh, wait a minute. The Rams didn't? Did the Rams win their division?
I don't think they did they?
Because otherwise, why
Because
would that
they
be the case? I'm sure
are
they had a better record.
the fifth. I don't know. The Bears only lost like 2 or 3 games this year. You know that, right?
I know they lost to them Ravens. That's what we need to worry about.
No,
Okay.
here we go.
Yeah, let's see. Standings. Now I need to know.
And while you're looking it up, the Rams are minus
Yeah,
four.
Rams are 12-5,
Yeah, but I think the Bears
and
were
then the
13-4.
Bears 11-6.
What?
Yeah, they had a better record. That's why I'm lost. I'm like,
So
how did
the
this
Bears won their
how did this
division,
happen?
didn't they?
Yeah, Bears won theirs, so that means
But did
I was gonna say so the Rams couldn't have won theirs.
they
Now I
had
think
no?
about it
Yeah,
because Seahawks. That's
yeah.
why this
That's
is
why I was
happening.
like, wait a minute.
I was like, I knew they had a better record, but I couldn't understand why they were. That's right. I forgot.
So
Yeah.
I I think the Bears are killing it. I think they've got a lot to look forward to in the next couple of years, but they've played too many games this year where it's came down to the last drive.
Yeah. That's the part I
And
don't
how
like.
many times can
Scary.
the Caleb magic work before it runs out?
Yeah, I've seen that struggle bus on occasion, and it's not one I'm trying to subscribe to. So
Oh, there's a couple where I'm like, oh, they lost, and I turn it off, and then they win. I'm like, I wake up the next day, they won. I'm like, what? I gotta figure
yeah,
out what happened.
I did the same thing. I because Tara's niece's boyfriend actually is a very big Bears fan, and of course, Adam Rank with our champ sponsorship, he's a huge Bears fan too, of course, being there, and it's always crazy. It's a wild game, like just out of nowhere. They're like, oh, well, we're sleeping Bears and we can't score anything. We can't have any defense. And all of a sudden they just turn on 21 points. And I'm like, I don't put teams like that high in the playoffs because they're typically a matter of time before that occurs. You just can't sustain. You can't keep playing that game with these high caliber teams.
Right. And that's the thing is you can't expect to score 21 points in the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter every time.
No.
Like it's wild that they even done it that many times this year. Before we get to the next game, speaking of, what is that you're wearing around your neck there?
I mean, it's the Crown Champs chain, man. That's what we do, man. Crown Champs.
So get into
We
get into that a little
of
bit. What's
course.
the Crown Champs?
So Crown Champs Company, of course, we started this 2024 February, so it'll be almost 2 years. I got sick of winning, just all the normal stuff. We got the belts, we have the Super Bowl trophy, we had the other regular style stand-up trophy and stuff. Of course, there's rings, we have all that stuff. So we started with the Commissioner's Hammer. We have the Champ Chains. Of course, both of those come in whatever design that you would want. They're on our TikTok shop as well as the crown. Because we did not have anything else other than belts and chain or belts and rings and stuff like that. So we made this crown, and it's shining, it's glistening.
And
It's
I've
beautiful.
actually held that crown. That crown is weighted,
Yeah,
looks
it's
good,
almost 2 pounds.
and I have one of the rings. The ring is very well made, weighted, feels good. It doesn't feel like it's a cheap made ring. So
No.
how do you get all that stuff?
Well, it's funny because again, fantasy football has always been my thing. Very competitive, always about winning. And I was like, what else can we do? Like, what can I win that I
I'm
have
a
not
fantasy
won
football
already?
donator.
Yeah, I appreciate your donations every year too. Every
Yeah.
year, it sounds great. I'm like, hey, Bill, you can come on and
So do you
you
have
can.
any of those prizes for me when I'm in last place all the time? Do I get something at least?
I actually I did buy you a last place trophy, didn't I?
Oh, the toilet. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. See, I got you something, buddy. I'd never leave
yeah.
you out. Ironically, that year, and you've just had extremely terrible luck every year. I just don't know. I don't even know how you do it outside of this year. This year you actually did pretty good because most of your players stayed healthy for I don't know longer than the first week.
Yeah, if you don't like a player, just ask me to draft them. They're not going to make it the rest of the season. It's a guarantee.
End up with Christian McCaffrey knees, not this year, but like the year before or
I
whatever it
didn't
was,
draft him this year.
two
That's why he's
years.
in the playoffs healthy.
Yeah, pretty much. And well, you wasn't there for that draft or those drafts, but everybody kept passing on me, kept sticking. I was like, I don't want to do this, but how can I let Christian McCaffrey go out of the first round? I can't do it. And I took a shot, and of course, and I ended up coming in second this year too, so that kind of sucked. I did not appreciate that. I had to give Les came over the other day. We took pictures and stuff. He held the hammer. He took a picture with the chain on, and of course the robe, and had the belt around it over his shoulder and holding the crown and stuff. And it hurt.
So
I don't like that.
if somebody wants to figure out what Crown Champs is all about, how do they get their gear? How do they get their experience? Where do they go?
Yeah, so of course you go to crownchampscompany.com. We're on all social media, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think we have a Snapchat technically, but we do not use it. Probably I completely forgot that's even a thing. But you can follow us on all the major stuff, of course, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're on there heavy on TikTok. That's the primary area because you can go on there and you can buy directly from there. Of course, it's all in America. We are American-based shipping, so get your crown. We have a lot of good stuff coming up with that too, as far as the subscription plan. Because as when fantasy football comes around, it's just like Christmas. No one ever knows it's coming
Yeah,
until Christmas is here, and they're like, "Oh crap, I gotta save my money up for it." And that's why we had the subscription plan is so that you can make those small payments. I mean, $3 a month is at the very minimum just for the crown. That'd be for crown only, no
right.
money winning, of course. But um, even that, like my son plays it, at school with his friends. three
Yeah.
dollars a month. I mean, for 6 months, pretty much you can just find that outside. So, um, we make that fun. We have other things, of course, coming down the pipeline too. Depends on where you're located. Uh, we have draft parties in NFL stadiums, draft parties on rooftop bars. We have them on yachts, beach parties, just at your own house. We can do that too. 360 booth setups with it, taking photos, money guns, and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of good times. We like to have fun, of course, at our draft parties. So
Okay. So
very happy.
TikTok's the best place. Can they reach out to you on TikTok as well with any questions?
Oh, absolutely. And we're active there. We'll always reach back out within the first day or so. Typically no longer than that we've ever had any kind of issue with. Still starting out. We're still new. So it's not like we have hundreds of thousands of people and only 5 workers or something like that. So we're
Right.
just getting the name out there, showing what we got. Because again, something new is different. It's something that everyone needs if you participate in fantasy football.
Yeah, and I'm a Steeler fan. It's 45 minutes up the road. Get to go have
Right.
a draft party in Exeter Stadium would be
Yeah.
wild.
All for the goods, man.
And that's not the only color crown, because if I'm not mistaken, I have seen a black crown with chrome as well, correct?
So this is the gunmetal. It's called. Ooh,
Oh, is that the darker one?
yeah, this is the
Oh,
darker one.
okay.
The gold one's back there. It looks
I
again the
got you.
lighting's a little weird in here. I guess really honestly, but I guess with it being closer back, can see that
And if they
looks
do the
a little
subscription,
bit
they can
different.
choose the crown or the belt or the ring or
So the way the subscription works is you're going to get so it depends on which route you take, of course, because we don't want to make it all about money winning because of course you run into certain restrictions with that stuff and specifically where you sell it. And then of course you have kids, so you don't want to have kids playing fantasy football, winning money, and bringing money
right.
home at at the age of 12. So we restrict that kind of stuff. But all in all, we will, of course, any subscription, you're going to be able to choose what you get as your secondary item. So you'll get the crown. If you don't have a money or cash winning, something like that, you'll get a commissioner hammer as well as a chain. Of course, you'd be able to have your chain reflected however you like. You can have this black or silver, or you can have whatever logo on your face. You can have a team name, whatever it may
Okay.
be. Yeah, we have spinner chains now too, actually.
Nice. Maybe by the next podcast, you have to show one of the spinner chains when you get one
Yeah, yep.
because I haven't seen those yet. All right.
Yeah, there was a Steeler chain,
And you said that is
so
just,
that's why you didn't see
I figured that's why
it.
I didn't see it. But you said it's Crown Champs on TikTok.
Yeah, yep.
I
Crown
follow you and
champs.
just never paid attention to the name.
It was me the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
just
I'm
always,
usually on there late. I will stream and stuff. Typically, just sitting in here and it'll be facing that and kind of talking about everything and having the same conversation. That's why I was like, well, if you want to do this, I'm not streaming live on here now, but in future episodes, I likely will have one screen here and one screen there, and I'll still be streaming and doing my thing. So
yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, like I said, I have one of your rings. I have for my league for next year as a winner. It's in my cabinet in there in a glass case. It's phenomenal stuff. So hopefully it goes big places
appreciate
for
it.
you and you can get a lot of things done with it. So,
Yeah, yeah. That's another one of the plans too. We got a lot of things coming down the pipeline, but we'll talk about it when we get there. But we are designing a new ring too, from scratch.
ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit bigger than this one. It's actually going to pop out, like it's going to have a hidden compartment on the
Oh, so
inside.
it's
It's
going to
going to have
open.
yeah, it's going to be real
Ah,
nice. Stadium inside and stuff. But
yeah,
we'll
kind of
get
like
to
how the
that
Super
soon.
Bowl rings.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we? We're at the Seahawks and 49ers. I think I lost Marcus. I did. Well, you can tell it's the first podcast having technical issues here. See if we can't get him back right quick.
So, one mo
Yo, welcome back.
one moment. Oh wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna take these off for now because my phone died.
Ah. See, I thought it was you were talking bad about the Steelers and
No, it would have let that go.
here we go.
Yeah, let that go 100%.
Speaking of, well, Seahawks versus 49ers. Quick thought. If Harbaugh went to Pittsburgh and Tomlin went to Baltimore, that would be nuts.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I don't
it
think it
would
would ever happen, but that would be awesome.
no, I can't see Bishotti doing it specifically. Like the Roonies might consider something like that, I would think. They might
Well, did you
think about it.
did you not see during his press conference they told him that Tomlin was free and he was like, "Really? That would be awesome. Wouldn't it be awesome if he went to Pittsburgh or he came here but only if Harbaugh went there?" And I was like, "He's on to something."
Yeah. Listen, I'm okay with that too. Again, only if he goes there. That's it.
So, Seahawks 49ers. Seahawks are at home. They are
Um,
also a -7.
I mean they're doing their thing. Mike McDonald is a dog. Sick that he left Baltimore because when he was here, we were a top, I don't know, five defense or something like that. And then he gone.
Easily.
Yeah, and then he left. I hate that part about coaching. Um, I appreciate being able to elevate, because clearly you start out, as a assistant or whatever, and you want to get a head
Yeah.
coaching job. So I get that, and that makes sense. However, it's also wrong because like you'll have your players, your Lamar Jacksons and different stuff. Now, granted, he's been there for a while, but like imagine coming in as a brand new person with a brand new coordinator, with a brand new team and a brand new, everything. That's a very big thing to step into if you don't know at least some of the things that's going on.
And that's why I feel like a lot of coaches get fired after a year or two of going somewhere new.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, you got to give them some leeway, and you have to give them some grace with that too. And for prime example, Baker Mayfield. For the life of me, I could not understand why they got rid of him. Like, oh, he was whining, he was hurt. Like he's hurt with a throwing shoulder, and you're like, yeah, Deshaun
He'd be
Watson.
all right.
Yeah, right. This is what we should do. And then of course you messed the whole thing up. You have different players that can help you, then you get rid of them. You sit, Shador Sanders on the bench. He shouldn't have been picked as far below as he was in the first place.
They
It's wild.
they stole Shador
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because he should not have been there 6th round.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
Fifth or sixth, somewhere in there.
Well,
Way too late.
I think Howard was 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Shador was the
Was
next
he?
round, or maybe
Yeah,
Howard was 6.
if he was 5, then Shador was 6 or vice versa.
Yeah.
He was definitely
Which is wild. And then like you lose games because it's what 4th and 1, or you're going for a 2-point conversion, whatever it was, and you pull Shador off and you put Gabriel in after he played the whole game just to do the 2-point. What?
Yeah, no.
And Stefanski's a good coach. What were you thinking though?
That's what I worried about in that same exact presser that you're talking about with Bisciotti for the Ravens, and he was like, "Yeah, we're looking for the right people and blah blah blah." And don't he said something along the lines of, "Don't be surprised if we pick someone that doesn't have a winning record." And I was like, "Whoa!" Like,
So
why would you say that? And then he said, "Well, most of the time people will go to teams that are trash." And they got to build up from that, but that doesn't mean that they're garbage. It's just that it's the luck of the draw and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not willing to take that chance. I wouldn't be willing to take that chance on someone who just didn't perform, regardless of wherever the level is. I don't want you to. It might be a one-off. It might have been various situations, but there's plenty of other fish out there.
So before we get back to your picks here, just want to throw it out on ESPN. Baltimore Ravens prediction for next Ravens coach. You want to guess who it might be?
From ESPN, that's what they're guessing. I hope Cliff Kingsbury.
Kevin
I hope-
Stefanski. Looking at it right now. They're saying Mike McDaniel, possibly heading to Cleveland.
That's right.
If not John Harbaugh, Jeff Hafley, the Packers DC, going to New York. I think they're going to take Harbaugh. I do.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think Harbaugh will take them.
Yes.
Because I at this point he pretty much has the pick of the litter. I mean, well, him and Tomlin now.
I
but-
don't think Tomlin wants to coach.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. Why he just, I mean, outside of, he walked away, he was getting fired, or
I'll be
maybe
honest with
not
you,
fired, but the pressure was,
the pressure was there, but
Yeah.
they've never fired a coach in Pittsburgh history.
yeah.
They were going to ride it out until he decided to step down.
And that's why I say he was fired. Because like, yeah, he knew it was time.
He did.
I mean, you can't just keep getting there and not get there. And that's what he was doing. He's taking the Marvin Lewis approach, and it's just in the NFL in 2026 now, like you can't do that. There's too many other people chomping at the bit.
And that's the thing is I was so tired of hearing people say, well, I'll keep Tomlin. He's the winningest coach. Winningest coach that ain't won shit in a while.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the point in the NFL is not we're above 500. We're above 500. That's not the point of the NFL. It's to win that nice shiny trophy.
Right.
being above 500 and exiting the playoffs in the first round is not winning that
or
shiny
even
trophy.
getting to the playoffs
Or
because
yeah,
you know
or at all.
there's been a bunch of times where he was like 9-8 and didn't even make the playoffs, so which is
Yeah.
it's not uncommon.
And
And
like I said, I don't know if it was before we decided that before the podcast or during, can't remember now. But Steelers last 6 or 7 playoff games, they've scored 13 points total.
oh,
Yes, in 7 games. 6 the other day. Then there was another game that was 7, and the rest were blowouts. We didn't score it.
yeah, it's tough, man.
It's not good. So we got Seahawks and 49ers in Seattle. Seattle is a plus, or Seattle is a -7.
Damn. I mean, I don't know about -7, but I still I think they'll pull that out too.
So
-7 seems.
you got Seattle. San Francisco's good. I just don't know if San Francisco's good in all phases.
I just realized too, isn't is Kittle hurt again? Kittle's out again, right?
As far last I seen, he was done.
Yeah, I
Wasn't
think
he
matter of fact,
carded?
his Achilles. That's what it was. His Achilles. Done. He might not even be back for next year.
Well, neither might not be I mean, Mahomes himself won't be back for probably what, the beginning of next year? He'll probably miss the first 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, yeah.
So in
He's going to
turn,
have to start out on IR likely.
does that mean does Travis not come back because of that too? He's still got everything up in the air right now. He hasn't said anything.
Yeah. I hope he goes too. I'm sick of seeing him. I did like Travis until like he got too in your face. I mean, not in your face because I like brash people. I'm sorry, he disrespected my team too many times. That's why I don't like
I
you.
got you.
So we're clear. Other than that, as a player, yeah, he's that dude. And I don't mind him off the field, but outside of seeing Taylor Swift every 5 seconds, I care less about that part. But
Yeah, they've slowed down on that in the NFL. Thank God.
finally,
Yes, we know she's there. We figure she's there. We don't need you to tell us. We kind of figured she was there. So now that puts you at conference championship. Buffalo and New England would probably be in New England
yeah, likely.
because they would have the better record and they won their division.
I think this is where Josh finally gets it done.
You think?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
'Cause
puts you Rams and Seattle would be in Seattle.
Rams. Oh,
Now it depends on my big thing with the Rams is what Stafford are you going to get? 5 touchdowns Stafford or 3 interceptions Stafford?
yeah. Man, I don't know. I feel like Rams and Seahawks in Seattle. I don't know, because Seattle's tough to play, and of course,
That
with their
stadium is
12th man,
rough.
yeah, it is. And again, it's Stafford, but I mean, he has two of the best, what, three of the best weapons you can even want on the same side of the ball. So,
Yep.
hand the rock off or toss it to one of the people that's going to absolutely make it the catch and
But
probably over top of somebody.
and on the other side, you got what Seattle added Cooper Cup,
Yeah.
and you got JSN. You got one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, that dude took
That's
off.
the same situation though. What Sam Darnold are you going to get?
Yeah, he's been solid all year too.
He has, but he can have he can have down games where he just doesn't look good,
Mhm.
and they don't have the running
Like
game for him
last
to.
year. It was last year. They were who did they play against? The Rams, I think. In the or no, not the Rams. They played I think the Lions or something last year for the last game because they
Yes,
he was still in Minnesota and he was doing their thing and then he just crapped out and I was like, dang, that sucks. But again,
Seattle
he's
just
number
seems
one
like a
draft.
good fit for him for some reason.
Yeah, Mike McDonald, man, I'm telling you, he's that guy. He just because he calls his own plays out there too. So
Yep. So you think Seattle? I'm here in Seattle.
man, I'm gonna go with Seattle. I think I'm just
And I'm guessing you're probably going to think that the Buffalo Bills. You think Josh Allen gets it done, gets his first one.
if they play if they if they play Seattle, man, mm, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we're just gonna we're gonna rock with Josh. We're gonna rock with Josh.
Okay, so you got the Bills taking it all. So
Yeah.
backtracking a little bit, I have to disagree in a couple places. I
What did you like? Looking at it like,
so Josh Allen took a beating in that last game.
Yeah, you got slaughtered.
Got checked for a concussion, hurt his hand throwing the ball and hitting off a helmet, and got his knee twisted up. That Broncos defense is not anything to play with. Bo Nix is looking good. I don't think a beat up Josh Allen goes into Denver and walks out with the win.
Yeah, I can definitely understand.
Now,
Especially for that area.
the Texans defense is phenomenal. I just think that the Patriots have a better offense than the Steelers did.
Yeah.
So, yes, you just did that to the Steelers offense, but I don't think they're going to have the same results against the Patriots offense.
No. And that was a one-off anyway.
I mean, honestly, I'm a Steeler fan. The Steelers was probably the worst team in the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. They had no business being there.
I feel like the Panthers and the Jags are the ones that people said, well, the Jags definitely belonged.
Yeah, I said, oh, because I forgot.
No. I was going to say
Panthers
people, people were saying that the Panthers were the worst. I think the Panthers would have beat the Steelers if we met too.
Yeah.
And put the Steelers against any of these 6 teams. I don't think they beat any of them. They just didn't look good enough. And like I said, I'm a Steeler fan. Don't get me wrong. But I'm also real. They didn't belong there.
I think the only team that you guys did have a chance against was, in fact, the Texans. And you had the chance. It was all there. But, like, I mean, you had all the turnovers. I'm like, yeah. And then the game was relatively close until towards the end of it. But it was just, too many things that you guys just couldn't, that pick up and scoop and score, man. That's
well, that wasn't even it. I mean, our offensive line, like Rodgers got knocked down twice just by his own guy being put into his lap, like a child, just get out of my way and knocking him over. And we got a turnover on their 24. We kicked a field goal from the 21. So in 3 downs, we got 3 yards.
Hey, man, it's big moves, man.
That's not going to win you any games.
No.
It's just not. Rams and Bears. I think that's the game where the Caleb magic runs out. I just think the Rams is a better team, probably in all phases. Their special teams is even really good.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, I feel like, against the 49ers is just a big mismatch for the 49ers.
I felt like with Kittle in there, it could have been.
It could be a different story.
Yeah, because I mean, he just commands a lot. But that backup tight end that they had, I can't remember old boy's name, but he's all right too. He can get a little bit of separation.
I mean, they got Pearsall, they got Juwan Jennings. I mean, they got some pieces, but without Kittle, everything's going to go through CMC.
All right. Stack the box, challenge them to throw. Man,
and
defense, that's what they run.
They have the linebackers with the speed and agility to keep up with him when he goes out for passes too.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're just a big mismatch for the 49ers. So that would bring me to the Broncos and Patriots up here.
You going against the home team? What's up?
I hate to do it, but the Patriots just look too good.
Yeah.
Too solid.
That's the same thing I came to.
Their Broncos themselves, they look really good. They got a great record. Don't get me wrong. They're almost like the AFC of the Bears, if you ask me. Because how many times has the game come down to the last drive? Bo Nix has had to the Magic's going to run out eventually.
Yeah.
And I think the Seahawks versus the Rams, it's going. I think that Seahawks are just tough to beat.
Yeah.
They've looked so good.
Do you remember who they lost to?
Um,
Let's check too, I guess.
it was early in the year too. Let's see. So that'd be preseason. So they played Steelers. So it looks like they lost to the Buccaneers by 3 October 5th.
Oh, they also lost to the Rams already too.
Yes, by a last minute field goal as well. I remember that one.
I forgot about that.
Uh-huh. That's what makes that game so tough for me. That's why I was like, because I think the Seahawks are tough to beat, but I think the Rams are a daggone good team too. But I don't think the Seahawks lose to them twice. I think the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl. As much as I hate to say it, I think the Patriots tie the Steelers for the most Super Bowls this year.
Ugh.
I think Drake May gets it done. I do. The kid, he just looks unshakable. He can go out and have a bad game. He can go out and throw 2 picks and comes back and throws 3 touchdowns. Like nothing seems to get to him. I hate to say it because I don't want the Steelers, to have to share that title with the Patriots by any means.
I mean, you don't have to worry about that. You'll be all right. They're already tied with you anyway. You would just lose.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah.
have
Because
more than
of course, Brady's sitting there like this.
So it's wild to think that one man has more than a whole franchise. That's crazy.
That one man has more than the entire league. That one man has more rings than a whole bunch of
Teams.
franchises in general.
Yes.
It's like that's crazy. But
So
again, he the goat, so whatever.
before we wrap this up, a few questions for you. Who you hoping to get in Baltimore?
Who I absolutely would want.
Yes, if you just had your choice.
It would be Reuben Bain Jr., of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you want your new coach to be?
I don't know, man. There's just so many. I like Vance Joseph. I like Robert Salah. But I think he went somewhere. He had a couple interviews too, or something.
He's going to be a head coach somewhere this year.
Yeah, I can see that. Um, Again, Tomlin, I wouldn't be opposed to Tomlin. It will never happen. But I think with our team, I think he can make that happen. I don't want Stefanski. I'll tell you that. That's who I don't want. And I know he was a coach of the year twice. But he had the defense though. The defense is legit out there. The defense is not scary necessarily, but like they're top tier. They're the top echelon, top third of the league. So like I don't think and they weren't making a lot of great decisions on offense because again they had like Joe Flacco who was throwing the ball beautifully out there. They had Jameis Winston throwing the ball beautifully out there for a little bit, and then he went full Jameis, of course. They have the running back now that they let him play finally because they set him on the bench even after he came back and everything. I don't trust him to make good decisions. So, and I do kind of like Kubiak too, just because we already had
Clint Kubiak he's going to be somewhere as a head coach. The man's mind is too good to. So I heard you, Vance Joseph. If Vance Joseph ended up in Pittsburgh, I wouldn't be sad. Would not be sad. But the Steelers have always went defense-minded coaches.
Yeah.
They're interviewing Brian Flores right now, today.
Yeah, and him too. I'm a big fan of him too.
I want an offensive-minded coach for once. I want a coach that's worried about putting points on the board, not worried about, let's hold them to 20 so we can hopefully score 21. I'm tired of that game.
Yeah.
because it's always I would love to have Clint Kubiak. They're saying that Jesse Minter, the DC from the Chargers, is a
Yeah.
possibility in Pittsburgh. Again, wouldn't be upset, but not my choice. I want an offensive minded. They also keep throwing the name Marcus Freeman,
Oh,
coach from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Again, he's an offensive minded coach at least. I'm okay with that. I just don't want another DC that's going to come in and everything's going to be defense, defense, defense. It hasn't worked for us in a long time.
Yeah.
This isn't the 60s anymore when Chuck Noll was able to do it and win 4 Super Bowls. It's a different game. The same strategy isn't going to keep working.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
But hey, you got rid of him now, so all we can do is wait and see. I think Mike McDonald will be all right for you guys too.
Mike McDonald is,
I mean,
or Mike McDaniel, sorry.
McDaniel. Yeah.
He, to me, he's probably a great, great OC and a
Mhm.
mediocre head coach.
Okay. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. I feel like
I just don't,
if he was head coach, he would make the right personnel movements for you though.
he would.
But other than that, yeah, that's where I don't want him as a head coach
He,
either. I would
he
prefer
just
him.
never seemed, I mean, the players in Miami seemed to like him,
Yeah.
but he just never seemed the emotional, raw, let's get him. Like, everything was just the same. The
Right.
look, the conversations, everything was just monotone and the same. And just, I just didn't see that excitement and fire that, you see out of most coaches.
Right.
So that's my 2 cents. That's your 2 cents. We're going to hopefully, uh, get one of these done a week. Or we wouldn't be called the Weekly Whistle Podcast.
Wouldn't seem to make very much sense, so I'm on board with it.
Right. So that's it. And hopefully we'll get another one. Possibly we'll try to do Wednesdays. If not, we'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, I'll make it work. I typically later in the day is okay for me too. And again, if even if it's not live, of course we can always edit and shoot it back out and stuff too. But
Yeah.
try to get some kind of schedule with it. We'll work it out.
Well, that's what I said. I'm gonna just take this one tomorrow when I get home from work. I'll probably sit and I'll edit it through, check it out, and then